of actually seems to have that happen every time?
I think, I didn't do that every show. It was like, back in the day I used to play, for 6 years playing mainly to like 30 or less people every show. And back then it was like you oftentimes play either on the floor or on a stage that's like this big. So back then it was like, you kind of want to be around the people, you want to kind of instigate them, and it was oftentimes a Wednesday night and people didn't really want to have a good time. There was 12 people there staring at you, and you want to kind of like, get them involved a bit, so you just get in the crowd. And I think when things started to take off for me around like 2003, 2004, I started to play a lot of college house parties when I was in college, and when those shows happened, I would play for 20 minutes or so, which is a very concrete set, and they play like a CD all night or mixtape or whatever, and I would get out there and it would just be a very intense thing, and everyone would be around me, and it would be a show and people would be watching, but it'd be a party, and I kind of thought, like, why can't every show be like this? If I play at a bar or a club, why can't it be like this? And I never played with DJs and never played at dance clubs. That was never my thing. I always played, like, I wanted this to be live music. I don't want to be a DJ. I don't want to play other people's songs. I want to make new songs out of people's songs. So I'd always open for a band or play at a live music venue. This was always presented as a live act. So I think after I did the house party thing for a minute, it was kind of like, I want to have this happen at every show. I'm going to just bring a couple people on stage, and that just became the standards, kind of became the etiquette. I think people saw like videos and people saw photographs of it, and all of a sudden it was like, half of the shows it would happen, and then a week later it'd be like 75% of the shows it was happening, and the next week it's like, this is happening every show. This is just, people know this is the thing. And that's what it became like a couple of years ago, and then now it's become big enough where it's like we have to have barricades and have to be organized, but we still like want to make that happen because that's kind of the etiquette people expect. And again, it's live electronic performance. I'm cueing all the samples and everything, but I simultaneously want to make a performance out of it. I want to have people involved, and I don't want people in the crowd or the front row or anyone to feel like, the best shows I've ever attended, you just feel like you're a part of that performance. You don't think about that you paid $9 to get into that show, or $15. You don't think about like how long you waited in line. You don't think about this stuff. You're just like lost in this moment of music. So I feel like getting people on stage allows people to kind of lose themselves a little better, and of course it like provides an environment that's enjoyable for me, and I can kind of party with people and dance with people, and it makes it it's not so lonely, as when you're up there by yourself.
People in the back! People on the stage! We feel good right now! This is a real fucking show right now! RIT! I would love to do a minute more, if we're alright to do a minute more. Can we do a minute more right now? I don't want to ask too much. This has been an insane night. Can we raise the bar just a tiny bit right now from here to the end? That's all we're going to do. Saturday night, Rochester Institute of Technology sound. Thank you again for you guys for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it.
I was wondering, is it hard to just be playing with only a laptop in front of you? Really
I do a lot. Occasionally shows happen where we can't have people on stage. I've done a lot of those. Not so much anymore, but it's definitely happened a lot. And it's, it is what it is. And I want to have an energy that's infectious, and I want to like have more fun than anyone. I feel like it can be contagious within the audience. So yeah, it is a difficult thing. It's not like you're strumming a guitar. It's not as physical as that. Even though I trigger all the samples, it's not as physical as like strumming and playing a drum. But it's a very physical process, and it's a direct, rewarding experience. So it's a little bit different when you're kind of clicking the mouse. So I've gotten used to it. I've done it for 9 years, and I like to have fun with it. But I think the people on stage, it becomes like that. That's a freedom I have. I don't think there should be any standard for what the performance is. Playing guitars and drums and bass on stage shouldn't be the standard, and it's not anymore. There's so many different varieties of how people perform live. So that's the way it used to be, and that's a way I respect, and I've seen a lot of the greatest shows in my life like that. But it doesn't mean that you can't play a computer with people on stage, and that can't be as fulfilling as that other alternative. I feel like there's so many different ways to do it, and it seems a little silly to me how formulaic performing live music is. So I kind of want to fuck with that as much as possible.
I noticed you have a ton of energy on stage. I've actually seen you a couple of times now. What do you do before your shows to get psyched up?
I don't really get psyched up. Tonight it was like, it was me with Tutran who was on stage. He was from the TV show Food Party on IFC. I should give her a plug. And typically there was a guy, Chris Duffy, with me who couldn't make it tonight. But it's us who are on stage. It's usually me doing the music and them doing the visuals and helping out those things. And I feel like we're all kind of on a similar wavelength where we play enough shows where it's like, we don't get psyched, we get really mellow beforehand. We chill out and we listen to, when I'm alone I listen to really slow music. I like listening to Carpenters or soft tunes. But we all chill out and kind of ignore the fact that there's a show happening. And then like when it's game time, 5 minutes to go, we get dressed and then we don't talk about it, we just do it. And then when we get on stage we kind of all, I think, transform to a certain degree, and that's kind of the way it goes down. I just think it's like that because we do so many shows. Like this year we're doing 100 to 150 shows, and it's like, we don't get amped. We just like, it happens when it happens. It doesn't happen beforehand. We stretch a little bit and things like that. But we usually really chill out because I don't have many minutes to chill out. So before the show I try to take advantage of it.